Please welcome to the stage, Cyndi Freeman!
So it was 2007, about 12 years ago, and I knew that I needed to quit my bar job. I was working at a place called the Raccoon Lodge. Does anybody know it? Yeah, it was an awesome bar. I love this bar, right? I love this bar, but it was time to quit, which was kind of breaking my heart. And, you know, I'm a responsible human being. I pride myself on that. So there's a way that you quit, and that is you find another job. You work there a few days. You figure out, all right, this is going to work. And then you march into your manager's office, and you say, I am no longer comfortable working here. And you do it in that calm tone, and you look at the horrified look on their face, and then you float out. And that was the plan. It broke my heart that I needed to quit. Because when I first got this job, I actually thought it was the answer to, well, at least one of my many dreams, and that was some sense of stability in my life. I had moved to New York about 6 years before to pursue the performing arts, which meant I was doing a lot of food service work. And I don't know about others who have done food service. I was working in a lot of nightclubs where everybody seemed to be on cocaine, and the managers had this sort of tagline at every single restaurant, which was, "We need new faces." Arr. And the next day you'd walk in, and like half of the staff would be fired, and you wouldn't know why. And it's just like you never knew when it was going to be you. And so there was just, I've never gotten fired from as many jobs since moving to New York. So I never sensed that no matter how much money I was making, there was always this sense like it could all be gone tomorrow. So I was always like putting stuff away in savings. And so the performing arts thing that I was trying to do, I never had like the support or like the sense of like a base that I could actually focus from. So I wanted a sense of stability. It wasn't that I wasn't performing. In fact, at this time I was 43. Do the math, I'm like 55 now. I was 43 and I had just started doing burlesque. Yeah, welcome to my midlife crisis. It was fabulous. It was so empowering. It was so sparkly. It was so amazing. I was enjoying it so much that I lost a relationship over it. The stand-up I was dating was sort of like, oh, so you're over 40 and you're a stripper now? And it's like, it's not. Anyhow, he left me for what he referred to as, well, she's nothing like you. She's like a small town girl. Leading me to think like, I'm what, like a big town whore? Like, I don't find, you know, doing burlesque was so much more invigorating than hanging out with him. So I was fine with that. But I wasn't like, I couldn't just dedicate my time to it. I was dedicating to like putting money in savings. So I was a regular at the Raccoon. There was a bartender Tuesdays, Jake, and he was like, man, you got to work at a place like this. Like, you know, we're all family. Nobody ever gets fired here. Nobody ever wants to quit. I mean, that's why you can't work here, because no one ever quits. And then one day I walk in and he's like, you won't believe it. 2 people are moving. There are not just one job. There are 2 jobs opening here. You want me to put your name in? And I'm like, oh my God, you're a genius. Yes, of course. And a week later, I had the job at the Raccoon Lodge. Yeah, I was so excited. And so Jake trained me, and then the other girls, and they seemed to like me, and I liked them. And I walk into the cocktail bar I was at. I am not comfortable working here. And now I work full time at the Raccoon Lodge. And I was very excited. And I was trained with this girl named Maven. So there was 2 of us. It was me and was Maven. We were training together. We hung out a lot together because of this, and we were polar opposites. She was 23. I was 43. She was blonde. I was brunette. She told me about her hopes and dreams. You know, she was from Jersey City. Her father was a firefighter. Her dream was to open her own bar right there in Jersey City. And I told her about my dreams. I'm from Boston. I moved here, burlesque. You know, she's like, "What? You're a stripper?" And I said, no, I do burlesque. There's the difference. She goes, wait, don't strippers make money? Like, what kind? So is it that you're older, so you're trying to get out of stripping? Is that what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm not I only just started doing it. I try to explain, you know, it's artistic. It's striptease without the sleeves, but by now the eyes have rolled over in her head, and she's no longer listening. And it doesn't matter. She doesn't need to understand my life. She's a cute kid. She's funny. I had no idea that she and I were at war. I had no idea until one day I said to her, hey, I finally got a steady shift. How about you? Has he given you anything steady? And she was like, no, what do you get? And I said, I'm doing Friday happy hour. It was the best shift in the joint. And she's like, no, he told me I was doing Friday happy hour. And I show her the text. I'm like, no, it's Frank, Cyndi, you're doing Friday happy hour. And she's like, well, he told me I was, and I was like, well, I have the text, you know, I win. So I show up on Friday for my shift, and she shows up on Friday for my shift. She doesn't come behind the bar, okay, that's good, but she owns the bar, and what I mean by this is she plants herself over by the door, and then as the regulars start coming in, this place got packed, right? As the regulars are coming in, she's like announcing them like the Herald and Cinderella, you know? It's like, it's Sam, he drinks a PBR, and oh, Jake, oh, I got Dave gets a Jack Daniels, and then she starts running back and forth behind the bar. She's like, Cyndi, with the snapping. Cyndi, there's PBR over here. They're empty. Cyndi, Amstel Light over here, and shots on the house for everybody. And then she puts all of her favorite songs in the jukebox, and she's like, dance with me. So she's dancing with the guys. Give them shots on the house, and the snapping of the fingers, and this goes on for 6 fucking hours. Oh, yeah, by the time I was done, I wanted to kill her. I hated her guts. So I saw Frank, the manager, 2 days later, and I'm explaining it all, and I said, and at some point, did you notice the price list went missing? I had it in front of the beer tower. I turn around, I turn back, it is gone. Maven's right there, and I'm like, have you seen the price list? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? And I was like, she took it. And he's like, this is so weird, because she told me that you said that Friday it was too much volume, you couldn't handle it, and you were going to ask me to give her the shift. And I go, and I say to him, you want to know why she said that? She said that because she's a cunt. And he goes, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, because I never say that word. And I'm just so, and he's like, well, no, it's like, you're clearly upset. And I'm like, she's a lying, treacherous bitch. And I said, this place is like a family, like we're all supposed to get along and be team, but this is not team playing. And he's like, all right, I hear you. So my next shift is on Tuesday. That morning, I get a little text saying, I've made a schedule. All this stuff will be cleared up when you get there. I'm like, great. I get there. On the wall is the schedule. I have 1 shift. Maven has 5. And I'm thinking, is it that I used the C word? Are they sleeping together? Like, what happened there? And Jake, my friend at this point, comes and cover after I leave, and he's like, what is that? Nobody here has ever worked 5 shifts, only 3. It's like, are they sleeping together? I'm like, I don't know. So, but now I'm in a frenzy. It's like, it's like he's giving me the worst shift of the week, which is like, I'm lucky if I walk with $150. I can't live on this. So now rent's coming up. I'm paying that out of my savings. I'm paying the credit cards to do my groceries to make sure I've got liquid cash. I'm spending every single moment that I have like trying to find other jobs through Craigslist, and it takes me a month to find another job. And in the meantime, I'm coming in for my 1 shift a week, and the girls who had trained me, who liked me, are now like giving me like, the face. And it's like, hi, I don't know. Like, I don't know what Maven is saying. But I think it has something to do with, I don't want to work with a stripper. Because the regulars are saying, so we hear you're a stripper. And, what clubs do you work at? So you're older. Are you trying to, like, get out of stripping? And I'm just like, no, I'm a burlesque. So anyhow, there I am. I finally have a new job. I am going to be training on Sunday. And then I'm thinking, like, this is my last shift. I need my $150, but this is going to be my last shift. I will, by the time I train, I'll just leave. So I'm chopping my lemons, and Maven walks in. And I have this pit in my stomach as she sits down. Can I have a Heineken? Here. Chopping the lemons. She goes, you know what? You're really pretty. I say, thank you. And she goes, I can't believe you're over 40. Like, thank you. I'm chopping the lemons. Can you do me a favor? So this is what's going on. I'm like, what do you need? She goes, so I have a new boyfriend. He wants to go to Atlantic City this weekend. Can you cover my Friday, Saturday, Sunday? And I don't want to ever come back. I mean, the pit in my stomach that I get just walking down the street towards this place, and I'm like, money, and it's like the calculator just going in my head. I said, let me think about this. This is all she needs to start laying it on thick. And she said, I've decided you're really cool. Because when I first met you, I just thought you were this crazy middle-aged stripper, right? But now that I've kind of got to know you, it's like I understand. Like you're just like you're an artist. You just do your own. You don't care what other people think. You march to your own drum, and that's to be admired. You know, you're really cool. And this, I don't know what goes on in my head, but it's this thing of like, oh no, you do not get to think I'm cool. She wants to think I'm a crazy middle-aged stripper. Maybe I should be a crazy middle-aged stripper. And then I think, nobody in this bar seems to like me anymore except for the regulars. Maybe they all should think I'm a crazy middle-aged stripper. And I actually know how to do that because I am a burlesque performer. That week, in fact, I'd been on a bar pouring liquor down people's throats and pulling off my clothes. And granted, I'm not supposed to do this at the Raccoon Lodge. I think to myself, you know what? I'm not a burlesque performer. I am indeed a crazy middle-aged stripper, and it is fucking fantastic. So I then have to think, how many shots is it going to take me to get up the guts to 4? It takes 4 shots. And I do 1, 2, 3, and then I go out and I own that jukebox. Every single song I do a burlesque act for. Come back 4, boom, and the regulars start coming in, and one of my songs come out, you know, it was like, hot-blooded, checking it. So I jump on the bar and I yell, it is showtime! And I take off my sweater, and I take off my bra, and I take off my pants, and the construction workers are like, ah! Cameras are coming out. I jump off the bar, I give a little bow, I get a round of applause, and then they throw money at me, which I wasn't expecting. Who knew? So I take all the money, put it in the little jar, look back at Maven, and she's like, I'm doing a good job. So I do another round of shots and another song and back in the bar and off the bar and clothes off and clothes on, and I put the money in there, and she's like, you can't be doing this. You can't be doing this. And I'm like, sweetheart, I'm behind the bar. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And then I do another shot. At which point, my coworkers, the other girls, they come in, which I have no idea how they got here so quickly, because they live all the way in the Bronx. But I know who texted them, and they're all like, and then the 3 of them, like 3 little witches. And another song comes up, and I get up there, and the guys go crazy, and I take off all my clothes, and they're all like, ah! And I get off, and one of the girls says, I always knew you were crazy. And I said, baby, you don't know what crazy is. At which point, I see one of the guys, he's texting, I'm like, what do you got? And he shows it to me, and it says, bartender gone wild, Raccoon Lodge, get here now. And I'm like, yeah, shots for you. Boom. Now it is only 5:30 in the afternoon. And that place is friggin' packed. I am burning this. I'm going to get fired so bad, and it's going to be amazing, right? And so I get up, another dad get off, you know, and stuff like that, and suddenly the police show up. And I say, hello, officers, can I help you? And he says, well, we're answering a 311 call about a naked bartender. All right, who here has ever called 311? Have you ever gotten a response? No! And I say, well, gee, I was dancing on the bar and I'm wearing a sweater that's beige, I guess from maybe outside. He goes, well, whatever, it looks like you guys are having more fun than we are today. You go at it. I said, you got it. He leaves, he gets back into his cruiser, they drive off. I get a standing ovation from the bar, right? Now, you would think this means it's time for shots and more showtime. But liquor does this weird thing where it flips, and suddenly it flips. And what I'm left with is this outrage that these girls hate me so much, they want me fucking arrested. And I just scream out, who called the fucking cops? And they're looking, they're hiding behind the pool table, and I'm like, you called the fucking, and the guys are like, whoa, 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 calm down. And that's when I just burst into tears. Because suddenly I thought that clarity that only 9 shots of Jack Daniels can give you. I am 43 years old, and this is my fucking life. I have no career. I have no job after today. Who knows if this other job's gonna work? I have this crazy bipolar roommate at home. I've got an ex-boyfriend who left me because he thinks as well that I'm a middle-aged crazy stripper. I have to pull myself together. I somehow get through the rest of that shift. Part of it's blackout. I don't know how I did it. But I do remember leaving. It was a Tuesday, and it was the summer. It was still sunlight when I left that place. Went home, went to sleep, woke up to my boss calling me. And it's like, his voice is usually so deep, and he's like, what are you thinking? I can't believe you. That's not, you can't do it. And then he told me that I counted the money so poorly I owed him $200. So even with extra money, and I made a lot, it was almost half of it went back to him. And then I had 4 days of a timeout to wait before starting this new job. And maybe I would have felt better if I had left, on top with more showtime and just like, but maybe not, because there was just this sense of who had I become? Because I'm this responsible person. That is my mojo. And I don't know who this person was, but it was not me. And even more disturbing than that feeling is a feeling down deep in my spirit, like Darth Vader calling to me saying, when can we do that again? That was so much fun. And I'm like, no, have a shot. No more time. Have a shot. I didn't drink for 6 more months. I just took a break, starving that voice into submission because I didn't want to burn anything else down. That was 12 years ago. I'm still doing burlesque. Hotsy Totsy Burlesque, it is my show. I'm still a crazy middle-aged stripper. And now I have an amazing job. I work at Risk. It's amazing. And I have bosses who don't say, we need no faces. They appreciate the fact that I am a person who will cross all the T's and dot all the I's. And they say nice things to me and give me gratitude. And deep down there's a voice that says, oh God, you guys don't really know what crazy is. Thank you.